Hello folks, Shanman here, and guess what? You can make pasta because I can make pasta. Everyone can make pasta. Today we're making fettuccine alfredo. First, we're going to get our mixer stand, our trusty mixer stand, or you can do this by hand by putting the flour, 2 cups of flour, into a nice little well on your countertop, but I use the mixer just because I don't like getting my hands all sticky. And to that, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Then we have 3 yolks and 1 full egg. And we're going to add those one at a time, mixing on slow. It's fast there because we're sped up, but it's on low. And then we're going to change out to our dough hook and add a 1/4 cup of water up to a 1/2 of a cup of water, depending on how the dough is looking. See how it's all crumbly? We don't want it crumbly, but we don't want it too moist. We want it to be just right, where you can knead it, but it's not so soft that it's like bread dough. In this video, actually, I wanted it to be a little bit less water in there, so I really went heavy on the flour when I was kneading this by hand. You're going to want to work it into a nice ball and let it rest for 30 minutes. You can even put this in the fridge, put it in the freezer for a while. But after it rests about 30 minutes, cut it into 4 pieces, cover what you're not using. And I'm super lucky because for Christmas, my mother-in-law got me this pasta roller from KitchenAid. So that's what I'm going to use. You can do this by hand with a roller if you want to, but I'm super cool because I have the official KitchenAid roller thing. So I'm pretty excited about that. I roll it through about 3 times on each setting until I get to a number 4, which is really whatever thickness you desire for your pasta. Now I get to use the other cool attachment that my mother-in-law gave me. Look at my sheets of pasta. See how long they got? I didn't show that in the last video, but I wanted to show you here. And I have a little drying rack I use. But I get to use the cutter here. And the cutter, I've got it on the fettuccine cutter. And when you roll it through, you want to make sure it's nice and floured and make little piles of your noodles before they go into the pot. There you can see I'm finishing all 4 sheets of my pasta, and they look amazing. I love the way they feel too. Now we're going to make our fettuccine alfredo sauce. The way we're going to do this is by putting 3 tablespoons of butter into a medium heat bowl, letting that melt down, and then adding 3 tablespoons of flour and really mixing that together until it cooks. The flour's got to cook, and so that's going to take about a minute to do that. Now we're going to add in the milk, which is about 2.5 cups of milk. I do it in 2 stages. The first stage, I pour it in and mix it really good, and it makes kind of like a little paste, and then I pour a little bit more in, and you've got to mix this or else you're going to have little grainy bits in your sauce, and you don't want that. So make sure it's well beaten in there, and it's going to start to thicken. And this takes a few minutes because you're on medium heat. Remember, this is sped up. It's going to take at least 5 to 6 minutes to start boiling again. Make sure you constantly stir it. Then you add in a cup of your favorite cheese. I'm using Parmesan cheese. You can do a mixture of Romano, Parmesan, not mozzarella to get too sticky, but even throw in some white cheddar if you like that in your Alfredo sauce. But it's basically a white cheese sauce, a bechamel cheese sauce. Then we're going to take our noodles, throw them into the pot, and boil those 3 to 5 minutes until they're nice and al dente. Put it on a plate. Doesn't that look great? I love the way fresh noodles, homemade noodles taste. There's nothing like it. You're going to love it. If you make this recipe, I promise you'll never buy noodles again. Pour that Italian gravy or Alfredo sauce on there and just enjoy this dish. Everyone in the family is going to love it, and enjoy. Subscribe.